All right. Pardon the darkness. I'm a little under the weather, so a little bit too much wind, a little bit too much campfire, a little bit too much camping. But I loved it, and this is the pain you pay for. So, all right, here we go. So basically, we are in Reign of Chaos, and we are currently in the King's Landing stage 6. I'll run through the other stages, but first, right now, at this very moment, we are talking about this. It's the Relic Downs. Let me jump to the map so I can show you. So the way the Relic Downs are working, it's like a specific area right here that you can enter only at a certain time, and you can only enter it as a province. Where the hell is my gate? One second, let's find it. Oh, I'm deep inside. Okay, so basically you're supposed to be able to, through this gate, which is the level 5 Kingdom Gate, be able to enter into this area. And inside this area of the Relics Down, it is resources that are much higher in yield. So basically, you're tripling your resources for an hour. Like example here, when you take this, it's giving you 9,500 farm resources, which are for coalition upgrades. And it's giving you quite a bit compared to a level 10, let's say out here. Let's see if there's even a level 10. There's one. And it's giving you 950 per hour. So you can see, not 3 times, 10 times, 10 times the amount. So, it could help. I mean, if you're looking for resources fast, it could help you. And as you can see right here, we just had, I'm pretty sure those guys are over here. And this Relic's down. Come on, find it. There it is. All right. So who's coming from this side? These guys, 778. Okay. And these guys over here, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. So basically, 3-4T has attacked the gate. They're going to be able to go in and start tiling. And what that means is everyone inside of their province will be able to then start tiling off of their tiles. Okay, so as you can see, the event starts, it gives you 2 hours. You take the gate, you come inside. When we look at their province, so they are the kingdom holder. And then these are their alliances. And with their alliances, basically any one of these alliances inside this province allows them to take those resources that are inside the Relic Downs. Now, there are a couple buildings inside the Relic Downs which give buffs. So this is one of them. It's the Statue of Mars, and it basically gives more production and something more damage. So that's the Mars one, and there's another one on the other side. And this new game format sucks because a lot of things aren't working properly. It's like they rushed it together. But as you can see, more chaos resources and more damage for the troops on the Statue of Justice. So, a couple buildings inside, higher resources, and you have to work as a province to get inside of it. Now, let me kind of give the breakdown of this new format, which is called Kingdom Wars. Let's jump back a little bit into the stages. So basically, when you first start out, you get put into a specific section. So northeast, east, southeast, south. So as you can see, there's a total of 8 sections. Now, these sections on the map, they are called your spawning sectors. So when you get dropped into a map, the spawning sector is where you land, and that basically becomes your home. From there, whatever these 2 icons are, so like we have the option coming out of the east. When we come out of the east, we have the option to be with the north or with the south. I'm sorry, with the northeast and the south. It's kind of confusing. So let me try and back that up. We are currently, let's see, when I spawned, I came in, and we came in right here in the east, okay? So the east, the northeast, and the southeast were basically the areas that we were looking at, us being in the east. So typically you would think that you'd want to go into the northeast, you want to go into the southeast, but you can't. Spawning sectors are protected, so you basically cannot enter those until you have exited out into this kingdom section. So this band that is right around the King's Landing, this is considered the kingdom section. So when you first start out, you start out in your spawning area, you move up a little bit, and then you move into the kingdom. All right, so when you move into the kingdom, that's where the provinces are created. So let me kind of go into that. 1 second. So as I said, spawning sectors, you move up. You want to move up into the kingdom section, which is basically, step 1, spawning. Step 2, gaining a foothold. And what that means is moving up to those kingdom lines, position yourself on the gates to go inside the gates. Once you go inside the gates, then you have the creation of the province, which there could be some battling, but for the most part, it's getting inside, finding the level 8 capital, getting positioned on the level 8 capital, and this is where the strongest ally makes sense for you, because you have 2 options at this point. You have an option to go with either the right or the left of your sector, because you kind of combine those as your 2 options. It still feels like your half the map is unavailable to you, because if the stronger people are on the other side of the map, you're not going to be able to get into those kingdom territories. But you have your choice. Like we had a choice between 34T and SG or S63. So you want to kind of get yourself in a position to ally with them, because as soon as that level 8 capital is taken, which is found a kingdom, then everyone within the sectors. So when they take the south level 8, they become the strongest ally you have available for all of the south, and that's the southeast. So the southeast, the east, and the southwest could potentially all become an ally. Now, I'm not sure about the southwest. Because I'm in the east, it makes it hard for me to see what the southwest can do. But I know we only had the options of the 2, the east and the south kingdoms. Once the kingdom is established, then that's where the relics begin. And then after the relics, you have King's Landing, and this is where you start to enter the center section of the map, and you start positioning to take the throne, which in this case is King's Landing. So that's what I've learned so far. Merit is slower. There's not as much battling going on in this Kingdom Wars. By this point, in normal 4-faction or the 2 factions, you had a lot more confrontation. This one, you don't have nearly as much confrontation, and you definitely don't have as many occupations as you're used to. Starting out in your spawning section, you only get 3, 4, maybe 5 that you have immediate access to, and then maybe 5 more, and then maybe 3 more. It's really sparse compared to being able to break through and go into other sections like the Northeast and the Southeast. That's what we're used to, but that's not what you get here. It's basically, it's controlled into this kingdom ring. And then from there, it's all about alliances and working together as a province. So let's go into, I'll show you the province. Right here, we're in this Hammerdy Kingdom. The province, basically, you have these prosperity, daily prosperity from the progress of the kingdom that you're in. You get different rewards for the levels that you increase. You have officials, which are similar to the state. You have the alliances, which feel like the state. And then you have the assigned emperor. Now you have province information, which is all about occupational stats. And this is for everybody that's in that province. So as you can see, we're starting to get bonuses off of the province. In a lot of ways, it's similar to how the COP works. In all of the alliances of the state are contributing to the progression of the state, where this is a kingdom and you're all on one map. Here's the guild rankings. So Shadow Monarch, Misfits of Valhalla, the Chosen Few. These are the top 3 rankers. The rest of them are in here, and as you can see, the Shadow Monarchs are from the Southeast region. That's their spawning sector. The Misfits of Valhalla are from the East. That's their spawning sector. The Chosen Few is from the South. That's their spawning sector. So as you can see, the South can go into, the Southeast can go into the South. The East can go into the South. So that's kind of the transitions where you can join those stronger guilds inside of their provinces or kingdoms. Okay. Now, if we were to look at the others, so this is the Westlands. Let's look at their guild rankings. So the 7 are ranked number 1, PHP, the Chosen Few. And as you can see here, the Chosen Few being in the South, they can be a part of the West. And the Southwest can be a part of the West. So really, North, South, East, and West are the primary sectors that people can join. But if you're in the Southeast, you can go north, or you can go 1 or 2 to the other side. So establishing rewards. This is what the king of your province does. This is Province Alliance Guild. This is what you get rewards from the guild. As far as province ranking, right now 7 is ranked with the highest occupational value. 314 is ranked with the second highest occupational, and Shadow Monarch is running 4th and the lowest occupational. You see, it's province occupation. So that's where not just the strongest guild, but the strongest province in taking occupations starts to go and creep ahead. Now, the ultimate goal seems to be King's Landing. So if we look at this little breakdown, King's Landing, it's called the Citadel of Gold. The final checkpoint is connecting the sectors, the central sectors, which is that kingdom ring, and getting into the center so you can then fight for the Citadel. When the king arrives, which basically whoever takes the center, the Citadel, has to hold it. You can't just take it once and it's yours. You have to hold it. All right. And it lasts for 4 days. So the battle for the Citadel begins. Any guild that getting to the Citadel takes 4 days. The attack lasts 1 day. You have to attack and keep the Citadel. And then stage 10, which is dispute settled. This is the connecting to the kingdom section, and the central sector is now fully open. Any kingdom and their guilds can enter other sections and defend royal capitals of their kingdoms now. So the last 17 days of this format is all about trying to take each other's kingdoms. So it's kind of like a 17-day long KE over buildings. That's my best guess. We're not quite there. So next video, we'll kind of give that one and show what that's all about. So, hey guys, Kingdom Wars, it's different. It's definitely different. It takes a lot to figure it out. Hopefully this gives you some insight to kind of how things work. There are questions still on how to maneuver, being in a spawning section that is protected and getting out of it. So, like, in order for us to be able to join a kingdom, the level 8, this level 8 capital had to be taken. Once the level 8 capital was taken, then they had to come into our section and take a town. So they were able to come in and take a town, but we haven't been able to break through the wall on a spawning section. Even though we've been up in the kingdom area, we haven't been able to break through the east to the southeast along this wall. We really haven't tried, but we've been told it doesn't work. So if you guys are near this wall and you've been in this kingdom section, you're already a part of the province, and you happen to be on a gate, see if you can take it, see if you can go to the other side, and let me know. The people in charge of my guild haven't done that. So I would love to try. I'd love to see if it works, because I'm being told you could take the gate, but you cannot occupy tiles on the other side of the gate because that area is protected. It's the spawning area. I don't know. I haven't been able to see it myself with my own eyes. But hey, that's Kingdom Wars. I'm Jade with JXP. Have a great night. Peace.